we were racing in small sailboat regattas, sloop-rigged sailboats. And we were at a regatta on Smith Mountain Lake in Western Virginia, in a beautiful mountain lake area. And it was August, there was no wind. We were becalmed on this flat lake surface, baking in the sun. And I was looking at the forest and the mountains surrounding the lake and saying to Julia, I would love to be just walking through this forest. She then surprised me a month later on my birthday by giving me a subscription to Sierra Magazine. And in it were lists of backpacking trips in West Virginia. And I said, well, yeah, I'm going to do one of those. And so in 1979, I went on a backpacking trip to the Dolly Sods Wilderness area in northeastern West Virginia. Met other Sierra Club members. You had to be a member of the Sierra Club to go on a backpacking trip with the club. And I said, you know, this idea of wilderness, I want to just work with this idea. And they said, well, you know, the Sierra Club has local groups in your area. And I didn't know that. And instead of a statewide organization called a chapter, there were local groups in Charlotte and in my area, the area of the Research Triangle, Raleigh, Durham, Chapel Hill, there was a group called the Research Triangle Group. So I said, I'll attend one of its meetings.
What was your, so this was late 1970s?
This was 1979.
Great.
Yeah.
And this is around the time period where you also are obtaining tenure.
Exactly, the same year, I believe. So things merged. Thank you for calling that to my attention, because receiving tenure in 79, experiencing this moment on this backpacking trip and the interest reawakened in protecting, working with wilderness. I remember sitting down in front of the fireplace in our home and saying, okay, I have this job security, I have tenure, I'll continue my research, but just my whole background was speaking, you know, I needed to return something, to give something back. And I think that early background in West Virginia we discussed loomed again. And I thought wilderness and working with the ecology movement, it seemed so appropriate. I study social movements. I've been in the civil rights movement. I've studied the Vietnam movement. It seemed only natural as the ecology movement was becoming more and more a massive or large environmental happening. And so I made the commitment to move further, both in my research and in beginning to work with the local Sierra Club.